Hello everyone. My name is Sharif and I'm the founder of Muslin Dhaka, a heritage luxury brand. And we offer our very own muslin as well as other world's most rarest and luxurious fibers. Today we invited Richard Keddell from New Zealand, and today we will hear Richard's story. Hello Richard, introduce yourself please.
Hello. Shahtoosh, we are a long way from Bangladesh and New Zealand. We're in winter, and it is what time? 7:30 at night here in New Zealand. So we run a company called Douglas Creek, and we produce the a very rare special fiber called Cervelt that comes from the New Zealand red deer. So that is our story. That is our focus, is producing this beautiful, very fine fiber that makes very fine textiles. Not as fine as the Dhaka muslin, but it's a winter fiber. It's a warm fiber.
Okay. So very few people knows about Cervelt. So the rarest fiber, the we called it the diamond of the textile fiber. So tell us the first discovered about the Cervelt. How you discovered the Cervelt fabric, the fiber.
Well, we began as a cashmere processing company. So in New Zealand, there were in the 1980s quite an uptake of cashmere goat farming, and my partner Bert McGee developed machines for dehairing and processing cashmere. So that's how we started.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, carry on.
People knew that the red deer had a very fine fiber that it produced in the winter and then shed in the summer, but no one was able to refine it, to process it. And so in the late 1990s, we started experimenting with processing and collecting this fiber, and the story has grown from there. So we started, and we still do process other fibers, but our focus now is dealing with the Cervelt, with the red deer.
Yeah, all right. Fascinating story, definitely. So Douglas Creek in New Zealand. Normally, red deer is not the regular fiber, animal fiber in textile field. So, what made you believe that this could be a genuine luxury fiber that you can make table from the red deer because of it's normally not used that time, right?
No one had used it before, but we knew that it was a very good insulating fiber because it's so the red deer, they're an alpine animal. They live in the mountains. They have
Yeah,
a very short coat, and it keeps them warm in the snow, in the ice. So we knew that it had good insulating properties, but we didn't know until we were able to process it and get the pure fiber, and then we had some spun. We didn't tell the spinner what it was. We made some just with a hand knitting machines. We made some scarves, and we realized that they were very beautiful and warm, beautiful soft feel. We had the fiber tested. We found out that it was a 13 micron, 13.1, and very consistent. Consistently at that level. So we knew we had something special, but we didn't know what it could produce. And And back in about 2004, we went to Europe to some of the luxury houses there, showed them the fiber. They showed some interest, but they wanted to know whether it could be knitted, whether it could be woven, what could be done with it. So then we came back and we did trials and all those things, produced fabric, produced knitwear, and then came back into the market again in about 2007 at the textile fairs in Italy and France, and showed the material, showed what could be done. So it would really, we knew that it was a special fiber, but we had to prove what it could do, which we've done.
Okay, nice. So you already mentioned Cervelt is 13 micron. Only
Yes.
Vicuna can match with Cervelt because of Vicuna is 12 micron normally, 12 to 13, and Cervelt is 13, and where baby Kashmir is 15 to 19 micron, if I'm not wrong. So how it feels with a Cervelt scarf or shawl while you touch it with your hand? It feels like I want to know the actually touch and feel feelings, the fineness of Cervelt shawl or scarf.
So the feel is described by a lot of people as creamy. It's very soft and smooth, and one of the features of it is that the fiber is a very short fiber, but it has quite a curl to it, and that curl changes depending on the warmth, on the air, on the humidity, and so the colder it gets, the warmer the fabric or the knitwear gets. One of the big differences between the Cervelt and Vicuña being from a camelid, the fiber is much straighter, and so if you get fabric from Vicuña, the fabric tends to move, it can change shape, but the Cervelt has the curling nature, which we can change as we process it, because if you increase the humidity, it straightens out when we do that, when we're knitting and weaving. But in the normal wear, then it changes with the temperature and the humidity, and tightens up, and the fabric stays very, very sound.
Okay, all right. So you produce Cervelt yarn, 20 grams of fiber you get from per deer, is it right? Only 20 grams?
It's a very small quantity, so it is. That's why we say it's like mining for golds and mining for diamonds. You have to go through a lot of fiber, of the raw fiber, to get the fine fiber.
Okay. That's why I called it the diamonds of the textile fiber. Not only me, I think so many people also called it the diamond of textile fiber. I think we first start saying diamond of the textile fiber. I think probably
I'm sure.
In our blog we first say it. So that time I didn't know you even. So that's why I called you as one of my hero. In real life, I'm now discussing with my hero. So yeah, one of what is the action of PVA on the why you do PVA sizing in your, a bit technical question, in your year?
So the PVA was just one little trial that was done. So there's been a lot of work done in Scotland with fine cashmere and using a PVA thread to give it strength, but that's really for mechanical weaving. So we did a trial in Scotland several years ago using the PVA thread with a fine 40 Numetric Cervelt thread, and then it meant that it could be machine woven, and then the PVA washed out. So we don't use that for most of it. We don't use it for knitting. We don't use it for normal fabric. It was just to try and make a really fine shawl. So that's where the PVA was used. So it's only a small area that we did with PVA. The rest of it is a pure yarn.
Okay, I got it. Got it. Joy, can you shut off the phone camera? Sorry, the fan. Yeah, thank you. So here comes the next question. We all know Shahtoosh. Shahtoosh was banned in 1979 by the CITES law. Because of Shahtoosh, to make one Shahtoosh shawl, you need to kill 4 to 5 chiru, the Tibetan antelope deer. So for last 45 years, there was no alternative of Shahtoosh. So what do you think? Cervelt could be the answer of the Shahtoosh, the ethical Shahtoosh alternative. No harm, no cruelty for the animals. What is your answer?
Well, that's up to you, Chauffeur. If you can make the Shahtoosh with the Cervelt. I know that we have shown a shawl when done with PVA to one of the fashion houses in London, and the owner said this is and she had a Shahtoosh, a legal Shahtoosh from way back, and she said this is the closest thing to Shahtoosh that I have seen. So if we can produce that, then that would be a wonderful challenge to the illegal trade in Shahtoosh.
Okay, let's see over time. Okay, we'll see over time. So, do you know the history of luxury textile? Only two textile goes through the ring and pass the ring test. One is Shahtoosh and the other one is Dhaka
Dhaka.
Muslin. Yeah. So you already answered. Shahtoosh could be the alternative. Cervelt shawl could be the alternative of Shahtoosh. So that's why you made 40 nm, the finest yarn, right? And it is not in the regular market. Is it in the regular market or not?
We not a single 40. We do use a 2-bar twist of 40, but our regular fabric is, and our knitwear is a 2-bar 28 Numetric. So sweaters and scarves are made with a 28 Numetric. Some of the fabrics are made with a single 18 Numetric, but we do have some 40 Numetric, and we have some single for special projects.
Okay, nice,
The
good.
finest that we can spin, and because it's all done in the woolen spun method, we can't. The fiber is too short for drafted spinning. So, but we have spun it down to about a single 46 Numetric, but it's too fine, too soft to use. So a 40 Numetric is still serviceable.
Okay. So one day we will try to the Cervelt fiber to make our spinners. I will ask our spinners to make more finer yarn with their hands, and it will be fully handmade. It will take some time, but let's see what will happen.
Well, we know that the fiber on electron microscopic studies has got a very good scale structure. And one of the very early on when we were doing our trials, we had a hand spinner spin some yarn, and that was one of the early things that showed us it could be spun. So, and she was the wife of a deer farmer who had gone around collecting the fiber, because in the spring the deer shed the fiber. She had gone around collecting it off the fences and tried to spin it, but she couldn't get enough to really spin properly, and so she came to us and we gave her some fiber and she spun it. So we know that it can be hand spun, and then maybe you can spin it really fine.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope so. We will try in near future. Definitely, we will try. So the let's come to some discussing some weaving challenges. Like the fiber is, Cervelt fiber is so curl, and it has something like when you give it tension, it rises, and when you just stop it and it goes back. So something elastic. I never find out any fiber that level of elastic. It's really interesting. So what do you think? What could be go wrong while people gonna weave it in real life? Hand weaving. Do you, what you think there is the problem with hand weaving the Cervelt yarn, the finest Cervelt yarn?
So for people we have had hand weaving before, they have had some difficulty doing that. They normally would use the 240, not the single 40, just because of the how relatively weak it can be. But there are people using sort of industrial hand looms, so, and they won't have the experience of your weavers, but so that's one of the issues. And oh, look, it's a very special fiber. It needs special people to weave it if you're going to do hand weaving. In the rest of the world, you're dealing with mechanical weaving, and they want to do large quantities. And but sort of where that's different if you're making a fabric, but if you're making a very fine shawl or very fine scarf, then that's a different story.
Yeah. What I can add, actually, this is not a shawl, or this is not the matter of scarves. This is fully a piece of art. It's not fabric, it's not fashion, it's a quiet luxury that fits only with arts.
Yes, I agree.
Normal people, the very common people, very general people making the extraordinary art. And sometimes the world does not recognize that. The world doesn't know the peoples. So yeah, life is not fair always. So let's go to the move forward to our next question. And what about the fiber? If the fiber goes the wrong temperature or the wrong, the wrong humidity. So what could be the problem with Cervelt yarn to work with, to create any masterpiece with this diamond fiber? I'm calling it diamond fiber.
well, we know it reacts. It has got a very high resorb rate of moisture, and so that's one of the important things about the quality of wearing it, is it really resorbs moisture and takes in moisture, and it almost works like a wetsuit. It keeps you so warm. So therefore, the fiber, as I said, changes with temperature and humidity. So we recommend that the temperature for this is particularly for knitting, but weaving is the same, is controlled at about 24 degrees Celsius and about 60% humidity. And that it just that we know that the fiber has more strength, has more elasticity in those conditions.
Yeah, we already discussed a bit about the technical things of the fiber of Cervelt. So let's go for the Cervelt attire, what people understand or what people admire. The Cervelt textile attire, quite luxury, and the future of Cervelt, or the what it can contribute to the luxury fashion industry. So my first, I think that my question here is, so the Chervil fiber, what it best suited for the luxury industry? What types of attire will be the best?
Um, Look, the majority of the fiber that we produce goes into knitwear to make sweaters and scarves and large shawls and blankets. Um, the fabric industry is very it's a bit specialized, you know. It's the same with the vicuña, you know. You don't want to make meters and meters of fabric that is not is not well accepted by the industry, whereas or by, no, by the market. So you've got to be careful what you make. So the majority, as I say, is knitwear. That's where our main market is. Now there will then be markets where you have very specialized things that people then look for, because people want unique things. They want something that's different, and they may want something that's as you know, in the super luxury market, people are not obvious about their consumption. They know that what they've got is something special and no one else has, but they don't want anyone else to know that it's special. So then there's an area there where you get people who there's special fabrics and special shawls, special scarves that they have, and so there's a really good opportunity there because it's so rare and so special.
Yeah, just for your answer, I just found the story of Loro Piana.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's something like Loro Piana, that's the LVMH brand. And Laura Piana did the same. They are working with Vicuna, and they did a very extraordinary job in the market, and people loves it. Now Laura Piana is one of the pioneer in the what you said, quite luxury. So that you said in that you already said the ultra rich UHNI people, ultra network people doesn't care about the logo. They care about the philosophy of quiet luxury. The ultra luxury people, ultra net worth people don't care about the logo. They prefer the craftsmanship, the arts, the textile over the logo. So what do you believe Chevrolet will do in the quiet luxury market all over the world?
Well, there's very much an opportunity for that. So this jacket here, there are only two in the world.
So
Okay.
you are wearing the jacket. There is one is wearing you, and there is
Yeah.
only another one.
And the one other one is in New York, in another
Ah,
customer. Now, there are different, but of this fabric, this style, there are only two in the world. Now, if I walk down the main street. Nobody knows that. It doesn't matter, but I know.
Those who knows, the Larapian philosophy is those who knows. So it's the matter, those who knows it.
Yeah, that's right.
So Richard, you own the one of the rarest fiber in the world, one of the rarest, and I think one of the most expensive fiber in the world, one of the. What is your vision, Cervelt offer, and what you think about Cervelt can do? What more can offer to the world, especially in the world of quiet luxury?
Well, it's as you can imagine, we love the fiber.
Yeah.
It's a very rare fiber. There's not a large quantity. We can't we can't increase the scale. So it's always going to be a rare, a special thing that we can produce for people. And so it's never going to be as large as cashmere. It's probably never going to be as large as vicuña. And from what I understand, even though Shahtoosh and the antelope is illegal, there's still a large quantity there that's being used, and it's never going to be that big as well. So it is always going to be a very rare, special fiber that people will value. And I have a sweater that is 20 years old, and I can still wear it. And I remember showing it to a spinner in Italy, and he said, "This is sustainable luxury because
Oh, that's
lasts
cool.
so long. So therefore, it's not something you wear one season and throw out. It's something almost hand on to your grandchildren."
You just you is just something similar to what I can say Dhaka Muslim. So one Dhaka Muslim takes 5 months, 6 months of time, and very rare. One single Muslim cannot be the same. If you use the same weaver, same spinner, same people, but there will be some design. And you know what? The best thing in Muslim, what we said, the imperfection is the beauty.
Yeah.
And before going, asking you the last question, it's just from my curiosity, out of my curiosity, I want to ask you, you in your real life, you are a doctor, in your profession, you are a doctor, right? How
Yes.
a medical professional goes to the luxury textile supplier, like the diamond fiber? How? What is the story behind it? From medical professional to luxury textile.
It's like a lot of things in life. You fall into things that you don't expect. So I come from a farming background. My father was a farmer. My grandfather was a farmer, and when I live on a farm, and then we started um, breeding cashmere goats through a friend of
Ah,
mine.
awesome.
We started dealing with the cashmere around the world in different countries. We started processing cashmere because we needed to try and improve that market, and it just grew from there. So it's not something that I woke up one day saying I want to do that. It just started to happen, and then it gets in your blood, and that you know how good it is, and so you keep following that. You keep following that dream.
Okay, I understand. I understand. So my so this is almost the end of my question. This is the last question for me. So You know, Loro Piana for centuries. Loro Piana was the luxury textile supplier. Then they become one fine morning, the uh, main people of Loro Piana decided to make the brand. And here comes from textile supplier to fashion developer to the fashion brand. Loro Piana become textile supplier to fashion brands before that. So first day comes with the most rarest textile supplier like Vicuna and others, like Kashmiri and other thing. And then they become the fashion houses. Today's Loro Piana. So it takes 100 years for them to become supplier to fashion house. And for diamond fiber, Cervelt, as a textile supplier, now what you do, what is your planning to do something in, why not you are becoming from textile supplier to the fashion house, or and what you can offer in textile in fashion, luxury fashion or quiet fashion industry? Is there any
Well,
plan?
um, I do have a daughter who's a very good fashion designer.
Ah, awesome. All the fathers are the same. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Cool. So you want to build a fashion house or
Look,
offer?
um, look, we are a textile, a yarn supplier. That is our limitation at the moment. I would, but it's a big step getting to a fashion house. But you know, you can partner with different people who are doing special things, and so there's opportunities there to do that.
Okay. Let's see what comes in the future. Where Che will meet Muslin. There must be born
Absolutely.
something
Ab-
very unique the world never can see. So
Absolutely.
for today, we stop our story and interview here because of it is from now on it will be continued to another episode, and there we will share the world a new thing, a new story between Chevel and other quiet luxury. And till then, what we can do, we till then you can wish someone, or if you want to say to us or the audience, our audience, you can say, and hopefully we will see in another meeting very soon. So if you have anything to say to our audience, you can say.
Well, look, it's great to have this opportunity to share the story of the Cervelt. As you know, it's not well known, even though we've been around for 20 years. But in some circles, it's known and it's sought after. We have a lot of tourists come to New Zealand and buy product from the stores that deal with it here with the knitwear, and then they buy it online. So it's gradually getting known more and more. But it's still a very special, unique fiber, and it has a very select clientele. So it's great to have the opportunity to explain our story and talk more. And we can talk more about the fiber and the nature of it. But I'm more excited to see what you can produce.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. And hope to see you soon. And thank you very much for giving your time and energy. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I'm
Thank you for
honored
your
to be
time and
with
thank
you.
you for
Thank
listening.
you.
Okay.